Yo, what is up, guys? My name is Joel, and today we're gonna continue where we left off. So, in the previous video, we implemented our front end using React.js, and today we're gonna implement our front end using Angular. But before we get started, I just want to tell you guys that I'm using VS Code now to all my projects. So, recently, Microsoft launched a new plugin, so where that will help you code C Sharp while using VS Code. So yeah, I'm gonna continue using it forward. So yeah, let's get into it. So the first thing we're gonna do is we gotta add Angular to our project. So as you guys know, I'm gonna do this in one take. So let's see how it goes. So let's go to Angular docs. Let's create a new project, and we're gonna copy this one. So ng new Angular, ng new, and the name of your project. So yeah, let's get into it. So the name is gonna be the same as the other. So it's gonna be CRM manager dot Angular web. So yeah, we're gonna add the routing. We can use CSS. Alright guys, so that took longer than I expected, so let's continue on. As you guys can see here on the left side, we have our Angular project. So let's see if everything was installed correctly. So let me navigate to that folder. So it's going to be cd crm manager dot Angular web. Okay, and let's run npm start, and let's see if the page shows correctly. Building. Okay, and let's just open the link, and okay, it's working correctly. Nice. All right, so let's start off by cleaning everything here. So let me go to my app component file, so html file, sorry, remove. Okay, clean. Nice. Let me just see if everything is correct in the css file. Okay, it's empty. And let me go to my style css. Okay, it's empty. Perfect. Okay, so if you guys remember, in the previous video we had in our React application we had the main layout, and inside the main layout all of our other components pages will be loaded there. So let's just do the same, but before we do that, I want you guys to go to the package.json, and here in the start script we're gonna add a flag here. So it's gonna be dash dash open, and now every time we run this command, the page should be it should be opening automatically now. So let's see. Okay, nice, it's working perfect. So now we don't need to manually click here to open the page when the project starts. Okay, so let's continue on. So first off, let's start by adding our components and UI library. So let's just install our Bootstrap library. So it's going to be npm install Bootstrap. Okay. Okay, nice. So we have Bootstrap added here. So what we need to do now is we need to go to our Angular JSON, and in the styles array we need to add the path to our styles, in this case to our Bootstrap style. So I'm gonna add here the path. So oops, sorry. And now I also need to add the scripts that our Bootstrap needs. So I'm going to the scripts array and add here the path to our scripts. Oops, I deleted. Okay, nice. So to see if everything is working correctly, I'm going to my app component here, and I'm going to create a button. So it's going to be button dot btn dash primary, and before the btn primary I'm going to add the btn and add here working. Okay, so let's start off the project and see if the Bootstrap is installed correctly. So it should be showing a button here, a blue button. So let's just see if it, okay, nice, it's working. Nice. Okay, let's continue on. Okay, so now I'm gonna create our components. So then in my app routing I can add the components here, in this case the pages here. So let's start off by creating our component. So I'm gonna add the main layout. So it's gonna be ng generate component. So the path to our component is going to be common dash components, not dash, sorry, slash, and layout, or in this case main dash layout. Okay, so this command will create the component layout here. so you guys can see here. And now I'm gonna add the other pages. So if you guys remember, in the React video we had two pages. One will show the list of customers, and another page would let us create customers. And inside those two pages we had two minor components. One was the customer form and the other was the customer list, and we're gonna do the same here in our Angular project. So let's start off by creating the pages. So it's going to be ng generate component. So it's going to be pages slash customer slash customers dash page. Okay, so okay, nice. And we're going to do the same, but it's going to be customers dash create, create dash edit dash page. Okay, so we have our two pages, so it's going to be the create page and the customers page, and now we're going to create those two components that we need on those pages. So it's going to be the same path, but here it's going to be components, and here I'm going to put customer form, and then there's going to be the customer list. Okay, nice. Okay, so this is our components. Nice. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to my app routing file, in this case app routing module, and here inside the routes I'm going to implement our routes that we're going to use in this application. So if you guys remember, we have a main layout route, so this will be the first route that we're going to create. So it's going to be path, so it's going to be an empty path, and the component, it's going to be the main layout component. Okay, and if you guys remember, the other components will be loaded inside the main layout. So what I need to do is I'm going to use the children, and here I'm going to add an array, and inside the array I'm going to add all the other components that will be loaded inside here. So it's going to be path, customers, and here the component is going to be the customer page component. Okay, I'm going to copy this one, and I'm going to create the customers slash create, and here's going to be the customer create edit component, and I'm going to copy once again, and this is going to be the edit, or in this case I can put edit here dash id, or I can just put like this id. So I'm going to put edit. It's okay. No, I'm actually going to leave it like this. I'm going to leave it like this. Okay, so this is going to be the page that we'll use to edit the customers. Okay, so now what I need to do is I need to go to the app component here, and since I want this component to use, or in this case, since we want to use the main layout here, I need to add this, so router outlet. So this will be using this is a class from, or in this case a component from the app routing. So this will tell Angular to use this routing, and since it's on the app.component.html, he will go here and we'll see the routes that exist. And since the empty path it's the main layout, he will go to our main layout component. So what I need to do here is also add the route outlet. But before that, I'm actually going to add the container. So it's going to be like this. And here I'm going to add our navigation. So let's just go to the Bootstrap implementation. So it's going to be Bootstrap 5 navbar. And here we're going to copy the navbar here. So let me add it like this. And I'm going to remove everything that I don't need. So I'm going to remove this and remove this. Okay. So this, instead of being home, it's going to be customer or customers. And I'm going to add a router link. So router link, and it will route to customers. So this is needed so we can do navigation in Angular using router link. And I'm going to add the same here in this anchor tag. So it's going to be an empty. So it will go to the roots of our routes. And I'm going to remove this because we don't need it. And I need to, because since we're going to do the same as the React project, I need to go to the React project and just copy the style that I used before. So it's going to be on the main nav here. So I'm gonna copy this one. Okay. And it should be working now. Oh, actually forgot CRM manager. Okay, so let's just start the project and see if everything is working correctly. Okay, nice, it's working. I actually forgot I need to copy this styles from React because we're gonna do the same in Angular. So, and okay, nice. Now it's the same as our project in React. Perfect. All right. So now what we need to do is we need to start off by implementing our pages. So, but before that, I forgot I need to add our services because we need to get our customers and show and display it on our pages. Sorry. So what I need to do is I'm gonna type here, so ng generate services. So it's gonna be services slash customer slash customer. So we should create a folder called services. Okay, and customer. Okay, customer service. Okay, nice. Okay, so we need to add the HTTP client module here because this is will allow us to make requests. So let's go to the Angular docs. So Angular, HTTP module. Okay, so let's just copy this here, and we gonna add the HTTP client module inside our imports. Okay, nice. So now inside our service, we gonna inject the HTTP client. So it's gonna be private HTTP client, and it's gonna be type of HTTP client. Okay, so let's create our methods here. So it's gonna be get all. So this method will return all of our customers. So it's going to be a type of observable, and it's going to be a type of customer and an array of customers. Okay, and return this .http client .get. We're going to return an array of customers. So it's going to be customer. And here we're gonna add the path to our API. So the path to our API, so let me just go to my Solution Explorer here in VS Code. And here I can just run the project and see what's the endpoint. So because it's going to be different since now I'm using VS Code. So okay, so the path is here. So I can just copy here and go to my .api .customers. Is it customer or okay, customer? Okay, nice. Let me go to the project and run without debugging. Okay. Okay, nice. Let me just open the terminal once again. Let me navigate to, okay, nice. Okay, so this service will return our customers. And let's create another one to create customers. So it's going to be create. We're going to receive a customer of type customer. We're gonna return an empty array. An empty observable, so it's okay. And here we're gonna return this HTTP client .get an empty observable and not get, sorry, I'm gonna post, my bad. And the path's gonna be the same as this one. And we're gonna pass here the customer. Okay, so this is all we need to our customer service because we're going to inject this in our components. Okay, nice, perfect. So what we need to do now is we need to go to our customer page component, and here we're going to start implementing our methods and variables that we're going to use inside this page component. So let's go. So let me just start off by creating customers. So I'm going to create an observable of type customers. So the Angular itself, while using the async pipe, will deal with subscribing automatically and unsubscribe when I leave the component. So instead of me typing this service, get all, subscribe, I will use the async pipe method. So to do that, I need to create a variable. So it's going to be type of observable, and it's going to be an array of customers. So it's going to be customer, and I can just leave it like this, customers. Oh, okay, so actually I forgot to go to my tsconfig here and add a rule that will allow us to create variables without instantiating it. So it's going to be initialize. I think it's initializing. Oh, okay, nice. False. Nice. Okay, so no error anymore. Nice. Okay, so let's go to our constructor, and here we're gonna inject our customer service. So it's gonna be private customer service of type customer service. Okay, and here we need to subscribe. This variable needs to subscribe to our service. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna add on init. So it's gonna be on init. It's gonna be implement on init, and we will create this method. Nice. And all I need to do is I need to add customers. So this dot customers is gonna be equal to this dot customer service dot get all. Okay, this is all I need. So this will automatically subscribe when the component initializes, and then he will unsubscribe when the component is deleted or removed from the DOM. Okay, so now what I need to do is I'm going to my customer page. I'm gonna add here a div. So it's gonna be div dot row div dot call h1 customer. So this is the same as we did in our React project. I'm gonna add a little bit of margin. So it's gonna be margin top -3, and I'm gonna do the same here. And here I'm going to show the table of our customers. So if you guys remember, in the React project I had the components that would show all of our customers. So what I need to do here is I need to implement this customer list component. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to navigate to this customer list, and here I'm going to start off by implementing our customers list components. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off by creating an input. So it's going to be input. So this will allow us to receive a list of customers. So it's going to be input customers, type of customer. Okay, let me just import the input. Okay, and now what I'm going to do is in my HTML, I'm gonna implement the table. So it's gonna be, let me go to the Bootstrap doc. So it's gonna be a table. Okay, let's just copy this table. Okay, if I remember correctly, I don't know if, wait, no, it's different. Okay, let me just go to the React project because you're gonna do the same. Oh, okay, so it's 3 fields. Okay, let's go back to our project. So it's gonna be 3 fields here. So name, and here this is where we're gonna do differently. That's from the other project. So this is gonna be an ng4. So it's gonna be ng4 customer of customers. And here we are going to add our customer.name and street and text number. Okay, nice. So this component will receive an input, and with that input he will show us the table. So it's going to be table dash table dot stripe, because I think that's what I added in the React project. Let me just check. Table striped, yeah, it's correct. Okay, let me just copy, just see if I did any typo. Okay, nice. Okay, so now what we need to do is we need to get the customers and pass to this component. So I'm going to my customer page. In here I'm gonna do the same that I did in the React project. So inside here I'm gonna create a new cart. It's gonna be div.cart, div.cart dash body, and let me just see in the customer page what style I used. Okay, cart, I added shadow. Okay, so it's gonna be cart shadow, and in the cart body, okay, it was a cart body, simple cart body. Okay, nice. And here I'm gonna call the customer list component. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna type here customer. So it's gonna be app customer list, close. And here I'm gonna pass the list of customers. But to do that, since I'm gonna use the async pipe, I need to add here an if. So it's gonna be if. And here I'm gonna type here customers. So it's gonna be customers async has customer. Okay, so this will tell Angular that he will await the subscribe to N and get the customer list. And here it's not customer, sorry, it's customers as customers. And here I'm going to pass here as a variable the customers that we received when the Angular subscribes. So it should be working fine, I guess. Let's just see if it works. So let's start off the project. And let's navigate to our customers page. And it's working, guys. Nice. As you guys can see. Let me see if there's any error in the console. Let me just put this outside. Wait. Why isn't... Oh, okay, my bad. Okay, so, okay, nice. It's working correctly, guys. Let's just add the create button here and navigate to the, in this case, we're going to implement the create page. So let me just add here another row. And here it's going to be the dash flex, justify content, and in here it's going to be button primary dash primary, and here it's going to be create. And here I'm going to add a router link, so because I want this button to route, so router link here it's going to be to create. And if I refresh, it should go to the create page. Nice. Nice. Okay, it's working. Okay, so let's start off by implementing the create page. Okay, so what we're gonna do is let's go to our customer form, because this will be the form that we'll be using. Not form, but the component that we'll be using to implement our component. So okay, so let's start off by creating a form. Okay, so we're gonna use reactive forms. So let me just go to the Angular docs. So it's gonna be Angular reactive forms. Okay, so we need to import this. Let's go to our app module. Wait, I didn't copy, my bad. Okay, and here we're gonna import here. Let me see if there's anything we need. And okay, yeah, so this is all we need for now. In here we're gonna create the customer form. So it's gonna be customer form, and the type's gonna be form group. I think that's the name, form group. Okay, nice. Let me just check the docs to see if this is how they are using it. Okay, it's down here, I believe. Okay, nice, it's like this. And we're also gonna do it like this. So let me just copy here. And we're gonna create a new method called create form. In here, inside this method, we're gonna initialize our form. So let me just change here. So it's gonna be this dot customer form. In here, we're gonna add the name, the streets. Let me just add the Angular forms. And here, we're gonna add the text number. So I think for now this is okay. I'm gonna add a new method called submit. On submit. Okay, so this will be the method that we'll be calling to submit the form. And now what I need to do is I'm gonna implement on init2 here. So it's gonna be on init. It's gonna be implement on init, and this will create the method ng on init. And here we're gonna call this method to create form. Okay, nice. In here we're gonna add a form. So it's gonna be form group customer form. Okay, and what we're gonna do now is we're gonna create the input. So let's go to our Bootstrap, let's go to the forms, overview, and we just need this one. Let's just copy this one because this will be the same to the other input. So it's gonna be div.row, div.column. Okay, so let me just remove this. So it's gonna be type text, name, name. In here the field's gonna be name. Okay, so you guys need to be careful with the copy paste because I'm gonna do this 2 times. 1, 2. Let me actually forgot to add some margin. 3. Okay, and here instead of name this is gonna be the street. I actually forgot the form control name. Forgot, my bad. It's gonna be name, street, and here it's gonna be text number. Street, okay, and here it's gonna be text number, and here the ID is gonna be text number. Okay, nice. So this form will be used to create and edit page. So I mean, even though the create and edit page are the same, this will be used inside this component. So if you guys, for example, had another page instead of using the same, you guys could share this component between the 2 pages. So in this case, since we only have one, we can use it like this anyway. So let's continue on. So we have the customer form. Okay, now we need to pass this customer form to our, wait, before that, sorry guys, I need to pass here an input because, for example, if I'm calling the edit page, it's because I already have a customer and I want to pass that customer properties towards here so I can initialize the form with the values. So I'm going to create a new input. So it's going to be input input. So it's going to be type of customer. So it's going to be customer. Okay. In here, what I'm going to do is, instead of having like this, it's going to be customer. It's going to be this dot customer dot name, and I'm going to do the same towards here. Name, street, and here it's going to be text number. Okay. Now what I need to do is in my create page. So it's going to be, let me just go to my page. So it's going to be div.row create customer. So it's going to be margin top -3, and I'm going to do the same here. In here I'm going to show the form, so I can just type here div.card -body, and here I'm going to load the customer form component. So it's going to be app customer form close, and here I'm going to pass the customer. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create a new variable called customer, type customer. Okay, and I'm gonna add on init 2, on init, and type here implements on init, and here I'm gonna initialize this variable. So let me put above here. Okay, so it's gonna be this dot customer. It's gonna be equal to name. It's gonna be an empty street and text number as customer. Okay, so I mean I could create a method and do this and have some logic here to check if I have an ID in the URL, but I'll do it later. So just so we can continue the implementation, I'm gonna leave it like this. So okay, and now in my customer form, I'm gonna pass here the customer, and here I'm gonna pass the customer. Okay, so let's just see if it's working. Let me just see if it's working. I'm gonna put the name Joel. So this name should be showing up in the form itself. So let's see if everything is working correctly. Customers and create. And it is, guys. As you guys can see, it's working correctly, which is nice. Alright, perfect. It's working correctly. Let's just now on our customer form, what we're gonna do is, so every time we, actually I forgot something here. I need to add the button to submit. My bad. So I'm gonna add here a button. Submit. This button is gonna be type submit. Okay, and now I need to add here ng submit on submit. I'm gonna call this a method, and here let's just see how the form is. So it's gonna be this dot customer form dot values or value. Okay, let's just see how it is. Wait, I had to console, my bad. It's not showing anything on submit. Okay, I forgot. Okay, let's see how now it should be working. And nice, this is our object, so it's working correctly. Perfect. All right, so what we're gonna do now is we need to pass this updated object to our parent. So let me go to my customer form, and I'm gonna create, instead of input, I'm gonna create an output. So it's gonna be output, because this will allow us to pass data to our parent. So this we're gonna type here output. It's gonna be output, and we're gonna call this event. So it's gonna be a submit customer or submit event. You can put submit event, for example, and it's gonna be a new event emitter of type customer. Okay, and every time we create a customer, or in this case, every time we submit the customer, what we're gonna do is gonna create a new variable called customer, and this customer, it's gonna be the value. It's gonna be this dot customer form dot values. Oops, value. And here, what we're gonna do is we gonna submit this event. So it's gonna be submit event dot emit, and we're gonna pass this customer. Wait, it's type customer. Let me just put here customer. Okay, customer event. Okay, nice. And now I'm going to my customers create page, and here I'm gonna type here submit event, and here I need to pass here function that will receive this event. So I can come here to my customers create page, and here I can just pass here in this case I can create the function. So it's going to be create, and here I'm going to pass customer type customer. In here, let's just console.log the customer and see if everything is working correctly. I can pass now the create, and here I'm gonna pass the event. Okay, so let's see if we can log inside our parent the customer. So it's gonna be, and it's working. We are passing everything correctly. Nice. Okay, so before I forget, let me just remove here the name Joel. So this is one of the ways you guys can create your Angular pages or structure your Angular projects. So this is my current template to create Angular projects. So, and I actually enjoyed it because it scales really well. So I recommend you guys to try it. So now, since it's working greatly, now I can actually create a customer and pass this to our API. So to do that, what we're gonna do is we're gonna call the customer service. So it's gonna be, wait, I didn't inject here. I thought I added injected. So it's gonna be private customer service. It's gonna be type of customer service. And here, what I'm gonna do is gonna be this dot customer service dot create, and here I'm gonna pass the customer dot subscribe, and here I'm gonna get the results, and I need to route back to our list of customers. So I need to inject another service here. So it's gonna be a private router type router or route. I think it's route. No, not route. My bad. Router. Okay, and here what I'm going to do is this dot router dot navigate, and here I'm going to navigate to my page, my customers page. It's going to be customers, and this should be working correctly now. So let's just see. So we have our customers. Okay, let's create a new customer called, for example, Vikings. Streets, Viking land, and text number. Just put some random text number, submit, and it's working. Nice. So yeah, guys. So this is pretty much how you can create Angular projects and implement pages in Angular using my way. So what we are missing now is we need to add the buttons to edit this information. And we need to do some changes in our backend too. So I will leave that to the next video. So I hope you guys enjoyed it, and leave a comment and subscribe. See ya.